10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And it's going to be game number 2 here in our series up against Elements Pro Gaming and Team Liquid. So far, Liquid, they took the first match, one nothing now, and these 2-game series deciding the playoffs. From what I understand, it does mean Liquids are now through. I'm waiting to get some confirmations just to double check, because doing some other things. But I'm not alone here anyway. I'm joined by PQMZ. What do you have to say about that last game?
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know, because Safeline Quap is apparently playing in Europe as well now, right?
It would seem. It would seem as I'll take off the epic music. There we go. Much better.
I wonder if Elements will ban it, because it was pretty much the deciding reason for that game, I feel like.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, definitely a lot of rotations. Matamba, man, he played it so well in every single fight too, and indeed, Team Liquid, they have made it through, so they are guaranteed into the playoff. And now questions are still remaining here. In the hunt, it's going to be London Conspiracy, Vega Squadron, and Roskis. So that means this game actually means nothing. I'm surprised they're even playing it.
It's always good to get some more match experience.
Yeah.
Maybe they try something quirky, treat it like a scrim.
Well, we can only hope so.
The viewers aren't complaining.
No, that's true. That's true. So, yeah, Elements Pro Gaming, their last, their match here. This is it, I suppose. They never ended up playing. Is that right? I'm just looking through.
Turn to pick.
Yeah, so this is their last game, so hence the end. Oh, they haven't played Roskis, but it doesn't matter because Roskis solo. I see. Alright, well, maybe we'll look at something a little bit interesting. They're opening up for the AA first, a little bit of a counter up against some of these more popular heroes like the Death Prophet. I mean, a couple of our friends, anything that's got the heals, anything that likes to grab its buddies and group up at a tower. Speaking of which, Chen, not going to be in this game. Not looking to deal with him from either side.
Yeah, they spent quite a bit of time I wanted to do. I think Shen's those heroes that recently re-emerged teams aren't necessarily so good at playing with it. They had the bounty last game, feeling it was a good counter. Turned out to not be so. Liquid get IOF Spirit, which is be one of their stronger openings, right?
Yeah, they're gonna have the what we assume to be the Jerax Earth Spirit. Maybe he'll get a little bit more core space now, possibly. I saw them one game. They threw Matamba Man on a kind of a roaming hero. I don't quite recall what it was, but they did attempt to give Jerax the full like off-lane role. It was in a similar game that wasn't too important in terms of standings in a different tournament, so maybe they might do the same thing again.
10 seconds remaining.
I think Earth Spirit definitely. It's so much the farm as the levels on him. If you can get level 6 timely mana, then really just goes around and does whatever it wants.
Dire team.
Yeah, Jerax. He makes the action happen. He's a pretty insane on the name. Everyone knows he was a major spammer back in the day when Earth Spirit first ravaged our pubs. But
I'm curious what he thinks of the change to the E. If I still think the hero is just because it's got such a long range stun, a silence, even the escape is slow. But it is definitely more balanced than it once was.
Yeah, I think he just changed more into like a Tusk in terms of getting around, being really aggressive. Like a more aggressive Tusk that doesn't have as much as saving potential anymore, but can still output a lot more damage in an AoE thanks to the ultimate. Alright.
That's a really nice pick.
Yeah, solid
against
Zeus.
Heroes.
Yeah, it really does. Earthshaker, alright, they are just whipping out these heroes. So it is a global strat here from Elements. This is something we've seen a lot of the CIS teams ban up against the Ancient Apparition Zeus and Spectre combo. All they need last is just that Nature's Prophet in the offlane, throw that Earthshaker on the support, we get ourselves a game. It's pretty much what some of the stuff we've been seeing lately. Unlikely to happen though. Be more than likely the Yoku Earthshaker. And Team Liquid, how do they want to answer back to something like this?
10 seconds remaining.
I just want to put a lot of pressure on the lanes right now.
Oh, Earthspirit's good at that.
Yeah, Zeus is fairly good against most IO dual lanes because he can keep it range. Chinese is obviously not in the pool, so there's no great gap closer. I'm guessing it's mostly going to come down to how strong of a safe lane they want to pick. how active they want the Earth Spirit to
Dire
be.
team ban.
Oh, they go back. They decide, hey, let's just take a late game. I was kind of thinking maybe we'd see the Matama and Ursa combined up with the IO. Quite the classic, but instead, it'll be the anti-mage. So taking this one a little bit later. Looks like they want to go mono
Team
on that
Liquid's
Spectre.
turn to ban.
And now for a last pick then, if this is going to be your supports and stuff, one would assume it'll be the mid, so they ban out the Viper, another hero to create a little bit of mid-game space here, just to allow Matama Man to have some freedom. Any particular favorites against the
10
Spectre?
seconds remaining.
Windrunner's not the worst option, but she's
5
really
seconds
susceptible
remaining.
to all of the nukes.
Hmm.
With an IO, you could maybe get away with it.
Reserve time.
Still, a large range of heroes that would work. I just can't see anything particular right now. With
Well,
the
but-
anti-mage pick, I feel like it's pretty much all on him. The rest of the heroes are going to be so squishy to this. Even just Spectre Radiance with Zeus ult, you don't have to have the AA hitting them. It just makes it like 100% dead.
Ooh. What about the Fata Brewmaster with the anti-mage? Kind of the same idea as the Viper in terms of the creating space. He seems like he'd
Yeah,
probably
that's
be
a
okay
brilliant
against
idea.
Zeus.
I think that's a really strong candidate. Gives them the ability to pretty much do whatever they want. The early game
Dire
engagements
team
quite
pick.
lacking hero possibly. They'll still be able to make up for it. And he's not a hero that just dies straight up in team fights because you've got the split and they don't have best heroes at dealing with that. I think it would be a really good choice actually. Obviously not
alright.
the best with like the IO and such, but the IO is just going to be an anti-mage partner, I guess.
Well, maybe being a game that
10
doesn't matter.
seconds remaining.
Actually, no. I was gonna say being a game doesn't matter too much. Fata does love his puck, but against Spectre is pretty bad.
Liquid's turn
And
to
now up
pick.
against Night Stalker, it's definitely super bad. So, yeah, I know. I really like the Brewmaster. Fata also does play Queen of Pain, and of course the OD is still there, but
It was a lot less appealing all of a sudden though.
I know that silence is just so brutal. It's no fun, especially at nighttime. 8 seconds at level 4, like really?
Yeah, the hero
10
is
seconds remaining.
so good at dealing with a lot of the mids people like to pick.
5
Still think Brew
seconds
could
remaining.
work, it's just you have to split instead of clap split. And you can
So-
still get screwed over with just the split.
So you just go Death Prophet and ignore the AA? Count on not getting hit?
I think the hero's too squishy just to Zeus alone at this point. I suppose with the IO you've got a lot more sustain than DP on her own. But they currently lack a mech buyer. The IO gets a lot of farm, which I think is going to be a huge problem this game. It's how they've drafted it before the anti-mage pick was to kind of fight together or maybe get some offs with the Knicks. They wanted a hero like Tiny so the IO could relocate, work on the split push and like the pick up. Now they have the anti-mage. Never really
10
going to be able to
seconds
fight
remaining.
like straight into them. Is that an offlane Earth Spirit mid Nyx, or are they just gonna go with the Fire Visage? It's even a thing, I don't know.
I don't know. I've never seen. I mean, I've seen a couple mid visages in my time, but I assume it'll probably be a core. I guess it's gonna be the Fata Nyx Assassin. They don't even know.
I think there's actually a point to holding your hero picks here because when you pick something like that that's viable in multiple ways, elements are going to be like, okay, we've got 40 seconds, can adjust.
Yeah.
Liquid aren't picking as soon as possible, so they're completely in the dark right now. They have to, spend 20-30 seconds at the start of the game going, okay,
10
this
seconds
player is
remaining.
on this hero, this is what they're going to do, most likely.
5 seconds remaining.
All right. Well, it looks like Fata has played it in the past, and it's gonna be. Is it really? Oh, okay. So they have decided that since the game doesn't matter, they're gonna go with the mid visage. Oh, we have ourselves a
Prepare
treat.
for
How
battle.
how exciting! All right. Well, now I'm all amped up here. So it's gonna be game number 2, and as mentioned, the game it really doesn't matter. Liquid are through, elements they are not. So treating it with a little bit of fun here. Fata heading into the mid lane on a little bit of an unusual pick. So. Elements though, this is for dignity. This is for scrims. This is top tier teams playing against. They still want to look good for sponsors and everything like that. And yeah, so the lanes will take shape. It'll be that mind control Nyx assassin. Kuroki, well known on his IO as well, so I don't know if they're gonna look to cut these down for the double pulls. Do we know if that still works? Oh, this is for the mid pull. They're gonna be doing these shenanigans.
If you have a ranged creep, it's definitely doable. I'm not sure it is with melees, so I actually really like this physics. Gonna
30 seconds to
work
battle.
extremely well with the Nyx. As long as he manages to get some levels on the off lane, like the birds can just move around. You've got so much global power that the Nyx is gonna be a lot of pressure just on his own. And obviously the anti-mage has the same thing. If the birds are behind him, then suddenly there's a relocate. There's already like 3 heroes there. Birds are basically a hero.
Battle
It's
begins.
gonna be a really good split push game for them. And elements don't really have the power pushing capabilities that they did, but what Liquid did last game.
Jax, man, he takes his creep blocking very seriously. He's gonna roll back and make sure that he's on this.
Definitely is important against a shake.
Yeah. Every last inch counts. Look at him doubling up here. We're just gonna watch this, guys. No one else is gonna die. This intense creep blocking.
Glad they changed like the creep blocks, because it was so annoying. Especially as Radiant, I felt, to get blocks. Certain heroes.
Yeah, well, they got it now. So there we go. Very, very well done, actually. And that was with a Fisher, too. So you can see it had a pretty big effect there. And in terms of the lanes here, mind control, it looks like this one up here, it might be a little bit of a rough one.
And it looks like Zeus is gonna have a bit of a rough time mid.
I can say with, I would say, confidence that he didn't expect this one coming in the 5th pick. Probably wasn't on their mind.
But it is still a Zeus, so he's just gonna be able to spam out with the arc. Bottle coming out already, so probably gonna crow. Or not, he's just gonna wait for the 2-minute rune, that's also fine.
Jesus, look how low Matama got up against Yoku.
He
He's
has
got a lot of tangos.
Fine. Probably just opted for the trade-off to burn all of the mana.
They're going in on him now. Finally. They waited for it, and then exactly right. There goes all that mana. And they'll blink forward. Yoku, he's running through these trees. He's got some tangos. He can try and make some plays. He's got a salve as well if he wants to duck on the side and go for it, but no. He's just gonna block himself. He's got one more tango, and with the IO, there's like no chance. He won't bother wasting it.
I like the fact to give it to Matumba. Ensure he gets as good of a start as possible.
Alright, well, so the last time I saw a mid-visage, it was many moons ago, but the typical build was going for things like Maelstrom and AC, and it was all like right-clicks and stuff like that, like a Maelstrom into Agnum Scepter into Assault Cuirass. Do you think it's going to be something like that, or maybe, like, is it like Ether Lens now? Like Ether Lens AC or something?
I think Atos is fairly standard for most mid-vis.
Mm-hmm.
Do a lot of solo kill potential, especially on heroes that don't have any escape mechanisms. Zeus, like the AA, who's probably going to be off on his own quite a bit. Even the Spectre. Could also just go for the normal medallion, tags. Both are fine.
Yeah,
Can't really
a
say
lot
my
of different options, honestly.
I can't say my mid-visage knowledge is particularly up there. I've seen it a lot in like games though, 1 or 2 players. Normally works really well because you just get section early level 6. You theory to Zeus, right? Your upper lanes are gonna do well because you have the birds just come there and help you. Not particularly hard to last hit against a Zeus, so he's on par with the Spectre range for farm.
Yeah, no, the more I think about here, obviously with the anti-mage, then you're looking to a lot of your magic damage and Fata. They have the IO, I don't know, they're gonna dive this, yeah, 3 points in the Soul Summon, they sure are gonna dive it. Not quite enough damage though. Almost there. But yeah, Atos into, I'm not sure if Ether Lens really necessary, it would really only be, well, actually it would buff both Grave Chill and Soul Summon, maybe it is worth it on the hero.
I hero for the birds more than the Soul Assumption. It's already got a pretty good range. I think the fact this game is Atos tanks you up a bit, so you're not so susceptible to the Zeus Ult plus 2 with Radiance. I think he even gets the Radiance this game because there could be a lot of pressure coming out at a point. as I say that, I looked up and realized it's Nick's level 1, so
Yeah.
maybe scratch the idea of early pressure, unless the Visage really put a lot of focus on the top lane. 'Cause if he goes
And,
up there with the Earth Spirit, they could still do a lot.
Speaking of early pressure, it is the first nighttime, so now it's going to be even harder here for Micro to find something. I'm not sure. I think I've heard a lot of debate on offlaners and stuff, and some offlaners feel it's more worth it to try and go for one of these stupid little plays and you sit up here for the experience and die once or twice because look, he's level 1. Like, yeah, you haven't died, but what have you really offered to your team?
I think he knows there's a lane ward though, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming he knows because of generally how the supports move. First you move, you'll know if they have a lane ward or not. He goes for something like that when they do see him, and it is just a free kill.
That's true, but
I do agree with you though. I would like to see him try and do something.
Yeah.
Even if it's just hitting these creeps, killing one of them in 2 minutes. It's more efficient than sitting in the lane not doing anything. Sure, you're forcing there, but they're pulling and zoning you regardless. Stalker doesn't have to be there for this, he's just done. One thing I am curious about is your opinion on Ring of Health against Mask of Death on Spectre. Rinse.
Oh, he went for it, eh? Well, up against Visage Animages, we're gonna watch Mind Control die here, but I think it's fine, casual. I don't really know if he needs it. Like, he's literally 0 pressure, so why not just go for the Morbid Mask in terms of jungling and stuff like that, but...
Yeah, that's my thought, right? Unless he actually really wants to go for the Vanguard to be more active with his early. Makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess you're never gonna build anything into the Mask, honestly, I don't think. Maybe something in the future with a ring?
Could just go Mask
It's for your eventual refresher. There, that's why the ring.
Yeah, okay, actually. I'm down with that.
You just put it in the stash for later in the game, and that's the deciding factor.
I just think that, like, when you play Spectre, your farming potential is so limited that the mask kind of helps you out so much.
And not quite going to be enough here. Ultimate comes through Spectre Hunt as well. And here comes Screen. This will help secure at least a kill on Kuroki. We'll see if they can get Fata as well. They definitely want to chase this. Nice bird stun, Fata. Might have made the plays here. They're diving into the tower, of course. Night Stalker pretty good at doing that here in the official come out. Jarex comes in. He's pretty low in HP though. And right into a Zeus Earthshaker. Oh, there's no mangoes though. And also the cooldown, they will get the Zeus with the birds. So that worked out fairly well. The double kill now for Fata.
I think that's actually favourable, just because now Jarex is about at level 6.
And he actually got just as much kill. Or just as much gold as the Earthshaker. It definitely was favourable. And yeah, exactly
you saw
right for Jarex.
Like how tanky the Visage was just with a bit booster. It looks like he's gonna go for the Atos.
Oh, sounds good to me here.
And that's really careful. Jarex will probably either get some healing or go back to base, and then him plus the birds kills any hero on the map. Mind control dude, Jack squat. He just not die now. Jarex can carry, I think.
Yeah, he's pulling himself back up now. Level 3, thanks to the space created here with that dive in the mid lane. And drawing away a lot of this attention, he'll get a couple waves to himself. And there's going to be smoke up here from Jarex and Kuroki. Looking to make their way up top. Jarex, pretty slow start. He's got the urn. So obviously one of those better items here for the roaming Earth Spirit. 8 minutes in, he'll be okay with it. But he wants to, get up towards some of these other fun items. Maybe
might actually know about the smoke now though, because they saw the top rune. If someone was watching, they saw that the Risham went. They might know about this. Doesn't look like they do though.
Jarex, he's actually going way in back. Gonna put the Magnetize on top of Illidan, diving him under this tower here, slowly getting down. There's a mango being eaten here. And Mind Control, he's not really going on this whole chase though, but just keep dropping every single remnant and the roll forward, they'll get the kill, and he's not done. He goes right on the King Hour with the kick and the urn now that he has that, and they're going to be adding a couple more ticks to that. 3 now bottled up here for Jarex as Fata comes in for the kill.
That's a tower as well.
It looks that way. And how, man, talk about helping out your Nyx Assassin's lane on that play.
I think like that double kill experience mid completely changed the course of this game actually. That wouldn't generally happen for at least another both, right?
Oh, I mean, yeah, he was pulling for an anti-mage on bottom, basically.
Dire's top tower is under
Now
attack.
it's just like, how do you suddenly fight into what Liquid have? Teammate,
And-
like, he's not gonna die to any of the heroes unless he
No.
gets AA blasted, silenced at night, and like literally goes on him. It's not gonna
Yeah.
happen for another 3 minutes at least. The AA is
He's
still
even
level
got the... Yeah, he's already got his treads and ring of health too, so he's not even going like any of this brown boots, battle fury nonsense or anything like that. Oh, and a great pull here too from Matama Man.
Radiant's
always so
middle
good at
tower
controlling his
is under
lane.
attack.
And so he's going to guarantee that he can at least bring these closer to his own tower, despite the pressure on top. Oh, look at it! Look at this guy. He's so good at guaranteeing farm. And we'll miss a kill for it, but honestly, who cares? It's just Illidan dying, the most important hero on Dire's team.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess we should
just
probably watch that.
magnetize. Pretty much.
And that was a bird kill again too.
Yeah, this
Dota.
is exactly what I said. As soon as she got picked, it's like they suddenly just have the ability to put the aggression on. They chose to do it through lanes, but through like the mid-game rotations. Where else it's probably the
Jax is
strongest.
solo. Look how he's just going in on these. He just doesn't even care. Thundercloud's Wrath comes out, but he will burn him on down. Now the Haunt comes through, focusing on Kuroki. Knows he gotta bring him on down. Can he haunt back over to the illusion? He does. Nicely played, Illidan chasing. Couple more. No Orb of Venom. Kick back quickly here from Jax. Gonna try and TP out. Will they have the damage? They will not. And Jax makes it out quick on his feet there. Illidan as well, but just not farmed enough yet to bring him down.
And they're just making so much space. It's actually insane. Matumba Man's obviously on top of the network, but he's on top nearly 2,000. 10 minutes in, that's a hard gap to bridge, especially when it's a Spectre to an anti-mage. He's not
Dire's
catching up unless he
structures
gets
are
a
fortified.
really big team fight.
Well, it's not looking too good here for Elements as Matama Man will take down the safe lane tower. Is essentially a solo anti-mage. That is just how much space is being made here. No one needs to come and give him a hand. He is almost to the Battle Fury. With treads as well.
And the worst part is no one can go there and like deal with
Radiant's
him.
middle tower
He
is
is
under
as
attack.
strong as any hero on Elements right now. Not normally something you say about an anti-mage. But he's level
No.
9, he has treads, he has his perseverance, so his regen is fine. Unless he like dives into them, he doesn't really care about one particular hero.
I mean, they basically managed to pick, like, they have the one hero that you put in the safe lane that's probably
Dire's
weaker
middle tower
than any mage, you know what I mean, at this state in the game.
Yeah.
and the Spectre, like, sitting on a Vanguard. There's really not much he has to offer. I love this Nyx assassin pick with the birds, though. Once Mind Control finally manages to get 6, he's actually still 4. Same as he was during the tower push, so he's definitely getting sacrificed in favor of Jerax.
Yeah,
Which
he's
is
pretty much
understandable.
like the 5 position now.
Dire's
Oh,
top
mind control.
tower is under attack.
This is
Who
what
cares
happened the
when you're
last time
winning?
I saw it, too. Oh, yeah, exactly. He's just taking a break,
Radiant's
man. The
middle
pressure's on
tower is under
Jerax this
attack.
game. He's just gonna sit back and impale.
But is it really any pressure? Like, you just go around, you cast spells, mostly rely on Fata microing his burst and using ATOS, right?
Yeah, well, speaking of which, they're going to go for it here. It looks like they are actually fighting down bottom as the main focus is. There's an attempted smoke, trying to get away from the birds, but that one's not going to work out here. Jerax, again, making the plays. Fata, going to be careful here. How many points? It is 3 points in this version, but he's far enough away with the soul assumption. Make sure that he won't be suffering from that. Mind control coming in. Looking for it. There's the Echo Slam. Fata still here. Big soul assumption going to come out. Now the Impale as well. Can they get it with the balls? Yoku going down. And now they're going to move on to Illidan. Another soul assumption. Max range. Oh, he gets it with the kick. Field goal. 50-yard line. Jerax. This guy, man, he loves this hero. I can, like, hear him giggling from here. Oh, screen. There's silence up on Kuroki. He might have to pay for this. And he will. Fata, though, with the birds, he doesn't want to let screen go. You know, he'll manage to slink himself away here.
Unfortunately, Kuroki's probably not giggling as much as Jerax is.
Yeah,
Well-
I don't think so. Oh, 4-7. But that's alright.
You know, he's doing what he needs to do. He, like, heals up his visage, so he has to stay in the lane, and his job's pretty much done, actually.
Yeah, Crow's a real feeder this match. She's 4 deaths.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I mean, it's what happens when you have complete faith in the team, right? It's like, I'll make the game a bit harder for you guys, just, you know.
Well,
I
Jerax,
don't think
he's
there's much-
slowly creeping up here into the 5th place on the net worth chart, catching up to General. And look at him, just
What do
wandering
you
the
think
map.
his next item is? Blink?
For Jerax?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just go Blink Ags, honestly. Assuming this is like for fun. Other than that, you can go Veil. There's always a good item.
Oh yeah, Veil is. I think it's overkill actually.
Yeah, I would have to
Except on
agree.
Spectre.
Like, is it really damage that matters? It seems like it's just more the positioning.
Yeah, because actually getting in to use your Magnetize is probably the hardest thing on the hero.
Yep. I guess is Force Staff better than Blink this game? They have the Fissures. I don't know.
Well, they do have a lot of ways to save your Blink through
Oh,
on static
gets 'em.
field. So
And they're actually gonna
Force.
haunt in, but the balls managed to bring down Yoku. Kuroki once again. You know, he's an IO. They've got the burst. It's one of the better parts of having the Zeus on your team. They're actually not even willing to chase this, and rightfully so.
and then
Jerax
finally gets
sitting
a
by.
sick-
You say the A gets the That's pretty important.
Maybe they can do some kind of fighting now next time
Dire's
Haunton
top tower is under
got his off.
attack.
And again, Mind Control is opting for this Iron Talon. Maybe stay on the farm in case he needs to. Or was that Mind Control last game on the Earthshaker who was doing that? Is that right?
I think it
Okay.
helps
Sorry,
a
I was
lot.
getting confused.
Like, think of Nyx as a jungler, right? And you think this is not a jungler, but
Mhm.
Iron Talon means you can actually kill any camp, pretty much, and it just helps. Like even pushing up waves. I'm actually kind of surprised the Spectre didn't go for one, because it does help you a lot in beating you off.
What's the total cost on one anyway? It ends up being.
He already
yeah.
has the ring for the Bassi, so an extra 100 maybe? I'm not sure what the recipe costs.
Yeah, you're about right. That is definitely worth it. Yeah, I would
Right.
agree.
Yeah, like you'll definitely catch that back in like a minute just through speed.
Yeah. Well, speaking of speed, but Man, he's actually gone for a very early Hyperstone here on his Animage. A little bit
Well,
unusual.
Greed. It's definitely faster than Yasha,
Dire's
right?
middle
So
tower is under attack.
you,
Oh, there's
you
no
need
question
answers
on
for
that.
the silence, but is he making all this in the ward? You don't ever need it, right? Buildings and creeps.
I wonder what the math on the farm acceleration of an untouched Animage
Dire's
with
middle
a
tower has fallen.
Hyperstone at this point. I imagine it's probably like 30% faster than the Yasha. It is a disgusting amount of
Dire's
efficiency.
top tower
Right,
is under
let's
attack.
do some very bad math here, right? You get 31 attack
This is
speed
gonna be
and 16
so
damage,
inaccurate.
opposed to a straight 55 attack speed when you're already hit. Fury. So it's definitely faster. Blink obviously takes the movement speed away. It's much more of a fighting item if you go for the Yasha. You can actually chase people between blinks.
Yeah.
So it's definitely efficient. If he realizes he can get away. Also technically keep on higher health if you kill the creeps faster. So it's kind of the bad for him.
Right.
He has a wisp to top him off if needed. I'm sure Jerax has like 3 urn charges. Wait, no, he actually doesn't. Use
Mind
them all.
Control. He's on King Art. King Art not expecting this at all. He's just pinging the Knicks like, oh, why is he here? There's going to be a quick haunt. Another field goal there from Jax to steal the kill from Mind Control, as he has now usurped him in the off lane for this game. Mind Control, the sacrificial lamb, about to go down here. Thunder God's Wrath comes out. The birds, though, they're on top of General, along with the Soul Assumption, trying to burn him down. Last strike, like they will get him. Croaky, he's also going to fall again. Squishy little disco ball, but there's the Echo Slam coming out. Not even doing damage to Fata. Silence up, though, it's going to be slowing these Soul Assumptions for just a moment. But patiently waiting, keeping the vision on top. Actually will get out of there, but now he's going to turn, focus attention back on Illidan, Jerax. He will go down to the Fisher, and it's actually going to block off Fata, so a very nice play. Ice Blast comes through, won't connect on anybody else. Screen nearby, he might get spotted out here. They need to be careful. Radiant side vision. As you can see, it is daytime, it's not quite night.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And
Actually,
the dire
a really
side.
big fight for them.
Yeah.
Surprised I managed to pull that out. Admittedly, the anti-mage wasn't there, so
Dire's top tower is under
he were
attack.
hero down, and a very costly hero at that, considering he is doubling everyone else's net worth pretty much.
Well,
Dire's top
and on top of
tower
that,
is under attack.
Slish has his axe, but he hasn't got a resummon for 2 minutes, so
Oh, that's the
that's
worst.
4,000 gold down the drain for the next
I
2
hate
minutes.
that, man.
Resummoned for the fight, so it made sense, but yeah, you hate doing it if it
Yeah.
didn't work out. It's like ulting on a quaff when you're about to get your axe. You're just like, no, I don't want to get this kill. It's not worth it.
Well, we'll have to wait a little while then, and Mind Control still just sitting on his little Iron Talon, 1,000 gold. I have to imagine that'll just be a Blink Dagger. help with all this control. You have to think, though, obviously, you went with a mid-visage, and you're up against the Spectre, probably thinking that we're going to be going for a faster timing here on the side of Liquid. You know, the Animate, he's not exactly like the best mega late game carry. He peaks at around 20, 25, 28, 29, 30 some minutes. With the start he had probably around 30. He'll be like 5 to 6 slotted. And I think they can make their move then, but Jerax, he's going to corner off Yoku in the trees. Ice Blast's going to come out, only going to come on the Jerax though, which makes this fight possibly a little bit harder. Jerax stuck in the trees still. And Kuroki starting to drop low, but they can't quite finish him off here. Turning their attention back towards Fata. Illidan is extremely tanky. They're going to get mind control in the backline. That's going towards General. And Soul Assumption is now back up and ready to birds. Got one more drop here, trying to secure their escape. And he'll go for it now. Going to hit on the 3. Fata going to steal the damage. Going to leave Kuro dead. But Fata, he's not going to make it out of here quite so lucky. Jerax just happy to... Wait, what? No. You're not going to get at this, right? Arcane Rune? What? Miss? No. If he gets out, this is all on screen for not following up the kill. But no, they're going to get him. Alright. Everything's fine in life. Jerax comes in trying to get the save. And he might die.
Dead.
Yeah, that silence. 8 seconds of glory. Actually, it's only level 1, so it's just 5. But that's still looks like it might just be enough here. 3 seconds now. He'll have roll. Maybe with a few more levels.
For elements. Kuroki got really greedy there, holding his reload until he got to the log, but could have just reload them out a lot earlier, I feel like.
Good TP. From Illidan. Get up on the high ground. But yeah. Okay.
Look at this
it was still a big win.
Yeah, as much as it is a big win, like there is 1.5 away from the relic, I believe. Yeah, 1.5. So
yeah.
2.3 or whatever it is away from the actual 2.8 away from Radiant. That's like 5-6 minutes away at the very least. If he doesn't get killed in that time, it will be even longer. And this anti-mage, yeah, he could take your Rex at this point while you're fighting 4v5.
It's a level 1 Echo Slam here, but it is max points in the Aftershock, of course, being level 10. So maybe they can find something. Smoke's gonna get popped here. Yoku, he's looking for a big picture. He gets it onto 3, and the potential for the dunk, it is there. He's trying to line this up here. Both teams now separating. Spectre choosing his target. It's Kuroki once again. Jerax coming in. He's going to go on top of Yoku, knowing that this is the important one. There goes Kuroki in the backline. Screen next to fall, next to the birds. Possibly there's the dunk slammed down. The Animage drops and falls to General. Probably the biggest kill that's going to happen in this fight. Mind control, he starts to slink his way into the trees. They are blocked off here by the Fisher actually this time. However, he'll get the double kill, I believe, from the dispersion. As Fata, he's going to be chased down here. Birdplay's not quite enough to save him. Back up to the north, it's Jerax on the run. Another Fisher. Illidan trying to make sure he doesn't get blocked off here. And they got to make sure he doesn't get the roll. Trying to stay ahead of him. Jerax going to put himself on the cliff. So there's no one in between him and the roll away, but they get the damage down before it can occur.
Alright, so much for it taking 5 minutes, right? Now it's like 2 or 3. Yeah. I want to point out, General pretty much won that fight by forcing away like a millisecond before the Nick stun hit him. Anti-Mage would have solo killed him at that point. That was huge. That he managed to live there and then obviously turn around and do all the damage that was necessary to pop the AM. Dude, with this greedy build is, extremely squishy.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm wondering, like, oh wow, Illidan! He goes right into the diffusal blade. He wants to keep on fighting. I kind of like this. Don't allow the enemies to get any more. Stay on top of Fata. That's gonna be pretty brutal for Fata.
Not being a huge Spectre player, I'm not sure how big a difference it is.
The Haunt illusion is brutal for, it does so much more damage for your illusions. Like, Kuroki is just gonna melt. Like, he thought he was melting before. With the diffusal blade, he's gonna be running low on mana.
Melts the same speed as the Radiance, or is it really that much faster?
It would probably be about the same. However, he's also gonna get a lot less utility. Like, there won't be a relocate play or anything like that, possibly.
I think the big thing is, like, Fusel's a really good item for all the reasons you listed, but never going to be able to actually farm at a good speed. Like, push out waves rather slowly because he went for this. I'm guessing Mantle will be his next item to synergize with it. I guess you can also purge like 1 or 2 things. Like, you can get the ATOS off you, I'm presuming, which is kind of annoying. Really move. I don't know. He's obviously way more experienced in items on this hero than I am, but I just feel like Radiance is so game. Mostly because
Yeah, it certainly feels that way.
Nyx is going to be going for a blink. Admittedly, Earth Spirit nearly has a pie, so that might be why. If you saw the hood, fighting his radiance is pretty much get negated. Might be his reasoning entirely, actually.
I mean, you're gonna get one for a Zeus anyway, though, I guess. But yeah, I understand. The diffusal is pretty sick with like no cooldown. It can turn some pretty big fights, and
I wish there was a way to refill the charges without having to rebuy it.
yeah, it's like the dumbest. I don't know. I don't even think it is. It really a balancing issue? I guess it must be, but
Yeah, I think it is, because if you spend 800 gold to get 8 charges, that's insane. It's pretty much 100 gold for a kill, or 100 gold to save your life. I don't know, some kind of like level 3, you know, like 2000 gold refill wouldn't be unbalanced, I don't think, but see if Ice Frog ever decides to do anything about it.
and that massive fight, like, it took a lot of the wind out of the sails here, Matama Man. Talking about how he's looking for that like big timing that animages love. Where I mean, imagine if he didn't die in that fight right now, and he still has 2,000 gold. It really even hasn't hindered him that much, but he's so farmed right now. There's just so many heroes that he can jump on top of, and they're just dead immediately. Like, he's obviously going to keep scaling for a few more item slots here, especially with a moonshot he'll eventually be consuming. But if he can catch anyone alone, he's still going to be able to destroy them.
He just needs one stun from a bird or Jarex, and everyone will die pretty. Barring, of course, the Earthshaker to control him or any other. Considering the build he's gone and how he's been playing, I don't think he's going to get a BKB this game. I think he's just going to go for like a butterfly or an abyssal and play the. I'm going to push out waves, split push, and maybe go for 1 or 2 or there.
Yeah. I definitely like the BKB up against the Echo Slam and everything, and can sometimes save your life up against the AA too. At like that last moment, BKB, blink out, hide yourself in the trees before the Ice Blast takes you down or something along those lines.
Just based on how he's played this game though, I really don't think he's going to get it. I don't think he's taking this 100% seriously at all. It would be the item if you want to get it though. Buy something, so he's actually going heart. Pose scales better, but I'm pretty sure they could just win now with a big.
Yeah, probably. It still feels like, in terms of the graph, they're still well ahead here. Don't let the kills fool you, folks. He has just been farming the entire time. Mind you, it is pretty top heavy here, in between himself and Fata, and then there's 4 Dire heroes right up there next in line. They've certainly brought themselves back from the brink.
Yeah, but you have to look at, like, okay, if you look at Jarex, he's got his hood in 600 gold. That's
Did he?
pretty much.
Did he get the kill?
Sorry, his pipe. Mind, he already has it. So his usefulness is only going to go up in 2,000 gold. Same thing for the Nyx. He got his blink. His usefulness is only going to go up when he gets another 4,000 for his axe, or maybe he just goes for some kind of between items to check up like, a bit.
Yeah, seen a couple different options. Seen quite a few like early scythes as well. I like the Agnum Scepter, especially like sieging or defending. It seems really good, and they'll definitely be, you know, sieging here up against someone like General who needs to be in there spamming spells. If you can get the high ground ward, you can reach him with mana burn. It's just so disgusting how annoying it is. It'll like be hard for him to spam out your waves because you'll just be mana burning him non-stop.
Just imagine if he gets mana burned and then the AM blinks and mana voids and he's dead. No buyback on a deep push. Like, that would be the worst thing that could happen to him, I think. Okay, any kind of death is a worst. Well, that would be a pretty cool.
This vision with the gem as well. And they've got the words nice dunk slam jam on top. And they're gonna lose Mind Control and Jarex immediately. That means no Magnetize from the fight. Ice Blast come in, they're gonna lose Kuroki. Fata next in the backlines. It is Matama Man going to work. We'll swap over him in just a moment. Fata's dead, so now it's only Matama Man. And he does only pick up the Earthshaker, so Liquid are crumbling.
Yeah, they really are. And this is what I said in the draft, where as soon as they picked this anti-mage, this game was all on him. They were doing a really good job early, where Jarex was pretty much controlling the tempo of the game. As soon as it went past that point, Elements took 1 or 2 good fights and got on track. The Zeus was suddenly getting items again. Pretty much just going to be the anti-mage push show.
Well, here he goes. He's in the base again, but once you lose your mana, it doesn't hit all that hard, so he'll be able to make his way back to base. There's the big silence, and the Manta hasn't already been used. Could this possibly be a death here? No, there'll be a relocate just in case. Ice Blast coming through, but it'll connect onto them. Mind Control's here. Kuroki. Uh-oh. No relocate. No Mind Control. He's gonna go down. Oh,
I feel like
mistakes.
they're completely overreacting. Like the anti-mage is not dying though.
No.
With the silence, like you could just walk that off. They're just feeding away so many kills here. This is actually trying to make a game of it.
Well, they're succeeding, and now with that Manta, the defusal gets even better here for Illidan. Also
Maybe
worried about
Scotty
that
next?
silence from Jerax. Yeah, Scotty Hart, another great item, of course.
Gaddy just synergizes better with the items he has because he wants on them, and it's stellar helpful, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he needs to sustain as much for like the sieging.
Jeez, Madame just walks into them.
Like
But
he
his
wins
tired, of
man
course.
fight against an anti-mage. This shouldn't be happening.
Uh-oh. Oh no, he's gonna blink right into a silence here. From screen, he's on the back line. And Matama Man, it looks like he's gonna fall. It's gonna be close. Yep, he's down. The silence lasts long
Liquid are
enough. No
throwing
chance for a
it.
blink. Really are throwing it. Like they have found the cold of winter. They've rolled themselves up into a snowball, and they have chucked it across over to the side of elements. That was my throw analogy. How was that? That was pretty good.
It was a bit of a stretch, but I went with it.
Thanks. I appreciate that. That's all that I require.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Liquid still has this game control as long as the anti-mage realizes where heroes are and he doesn't get picked off. He happens to die like, I don't know, somehow 4 or 5 more
Radiant's
times.
bottom tower
And
is
Elements
under
managed
attack.
to take these towers with no contention. The map's a lot more open. They're going to feel like they can
Radiant
do a lot more.
structures are fortified.
And maybe General decides
Radiant's
to
bottom tower
next,
is
which
under
would
attack.
limit the anti-mage's ballsiness a lot. Question if Yoki gets a Hex, or just a Refresher.
Radiant's bottom
Refresher's a bit of a
tower
stretch
is
actually, because he doesn't have the mana pool. And you know, AA is halfway to his Axe. Actually over half, he's put away. It's gonna matter a lot in these fights.
Well, we will see what Liquid are going to be able to do here. They're certainly, you know, it's true. They're still in a decent position, obviously, because of the anti-mage and the way the heroes have lined up. It's really just screen he's going to have to worry about. And vision from the bird's always going to help in terms of both split pushing and giving you an idea of where to go, where not to go. But it's certainly back. Like, it's back to basically even on net worth. In fact, it's a slight lead for Elements in the experience. And in the end, I agree. It's just lockdown items. That's the next big thing that's going to be coming out here. Locking down people like Jerax, who are nice and slippery. Locking down the Animage, of course. A Scythe could really change how it works. And that's exactly what it appears he's going to be going for here with that ultimate orb on General.
Yeah, it's a shame he doesn't have the blink. Boss is a lot harder to set up to the hex.
Yeah.
But you're not going to complain about getting a Hex after how this game started. If you look at the gold graph, it was nearly a
Oh my god, they
thousand.
want Matama again. They just saw him blink. They're going to use the Echo Slam. They might get him here with the Ice Blast. Trying to bring him down as fast as they can. Using the Spectre Haunt. Kuro coming in. There's the blink. Can they track him down is the question. Kuro definitely going to be sacrificed. Glimmer Cape's up at the same time as that blink. But Yoku, he's right down there. Hot on his tail. He's got the blink. Can you not see him? Oh, could he
That
not?
was so greedy. Yours. However, that might just be rush for them, so it's not such a bad thing that they didn't kill him if they get the rush. Still gonna have to deal with some split push top, but I think one hero can deal with that fine. Maybe just the AA goes, drags the creeper.
Dire's top tower
There
is
appears to
under
be
attack.
miscommunication here. Screen punches Roche a couple times, and yeah, exactly right. Looks like the plan was Roshan, but they will abandon it. Make sure they don't lose
It
this
is
tower.
really hard to get it, because the anti-mage is already
They're gonna lose the tower. This last bird.
Dire's
Got it.
top tower
doesn't
has fallen.
oh never mind, he just resummoned, so they have them ready for the fight. I don't know, like this game's not
A
easy
basher.
for Elements.
There's another form of lockdown here. Probably looking towards the eventual Abyssal. Just the haunt onto the Abyssal is a pretty powerful tool for a Spectre.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd go for another like offensive item, but can't say I disagree with it at all. Knowing that they're going to be splitting up a lot,
Dire's middle
Well.
tower is under attack.
even if you just like kill the IO or the Earth Spirit before they get their spells off, Doesn't have to be the anti-mage. It's ideal.
Make sure we haven't missed any general items here. It doesn't
Dyer's
look
middle
like it.
tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
For the
he's
next big
just bought the
engagement.
Mystic.
Dyer's middle
For a
tower
general,
has
is that?
fallen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
200
getting
away
there.
from his Hex. Tumberman is 2,000, 3,000 away from whatever he wants.
This is such a strange game. So there's the scythe, no buyback required. This is the play, just keep killing Matumba Man and make it some easy Dota.
It is
And-
hard to kill him though when his team are actually there already. He's been caught out one. You know,
Here comes that.
still took them a long time.
Yeah, they need to wait. They can't silence him until after the Manta, and they know that.
You could silence him to force Fermento, but yeah, you're not killing him without majorly throwing off at this point because you have no reliable way of stopping the relocate. Jarex can always pipe, you know, kick zone into 4 heroes. You're gonna have to clump to actually kill teammates. You have to commit everything.
I'd like to see a really fast Aghanims next on JRX too. Like, because if you have that tool available to you for saving Matumba Man, I don't think he should ever die. Like, it's going to be pretty difficult because you'll have to eliminate JRX in order for that to happen. The pull is just so strong.
Radiant's
Converting
bottom
people into
tower
stones,
is under
kicking people
attack.
around, shoving them into fountains. You can do all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, and if you have to deal with 2 defensive supports, it is pretty much impossible.
Well, they
One
continue
can
their
save the
pressure.
other, and then you're not killing the carrier or whatever.
The birds will keep them in there. Oh, relocate. Just going back to fountain. It would seem, is he buying something? Or just healing up? Yeah, he's buying something. Right? BKB. Alright, so they're going for it.
This is the game-ending item.
Radiant's
Liquid
bottom
done
tower
dicking
is under
around, I
attack.
think.
Yeah. And it's got a lot of this on King Ara. Do you like the TP away from base kind of a deal? Like run down bottom for the big ice blast here? Or like he should just be running bot, shouldn't he, right now?
He's valuable
way.
in the fights though because of his vortex.
That's true. Well, here comes that BKB from there. Immediately, General is now down. No sights available. So all this time we talk about it, and it's not even getting a chance to show its self-worth here. And going to the buybacks, there are none here for the Dire. Do not mistake yourself here. No mistakes can happen. Screen, mistake, General, mistake. And it looks like Yoku might be joining the club of the dead and the damned. He'll be able to blink himself away.
Pretty sure he's joining the club of game over.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. Here comes the Manta style. No more fun time. No more messing around. Like when they say, hey, we're the top dogs. Did you guys know that we're moving forward? Just so you guys know, we're moving forward. So they're here. They're ready to close this one. And I think it's pretty much all said and done. You can get the greatest Echo Slam ever here, but... well, maybe. Who knows. Come
Nah,
on. Give me something, Yoku.
I mean, they might as well clump up as 5 heroes and drop a heart for ultimate DM at this point, right?
I'd say so. Just,
At
you know,
least
place it
get
around
Megas
here.
and then do it, right? Or at least, you know, leave the range racked up for some mercy. Backdoor it later with the birds.
Dyer's middle barracks.
Alright, General's back. Here comes the sheep. Force staff into sheep.
Dyer's
He's up in
bottom
5 though,
tower
so
is
if
fallen.
he kills for that, they can secure the
There it is.
racks.
There it is. Here comes the sheep. Where is it? Oh, no, there it is. It's on top of Matumba Man. He actually is falling surprisingly fast, but they're going to relocate him out as he drops the Mantis house. So they can do a little bit of work while he's gone. Actually, he's magically back in. It looks like a relocate.
Yeah, they relocated
Oh, he
him,
relocated like
shortly
just back. All right, we're good. We're good.
And he's dead.
He does get him. All right, well, he is in fact dead. There is no
Eric's
boots
to
of travel.
Yeah, Garrix is dead as well, so
Look at the
Elements
General.
with one last stand. Don't think it's going to be enough, but I've seen crazier comebacks, I suppose. Just gonna need like a way to push out waves there if they want to keep this game going. You either get a Battle Fury or a Mjolnir here just so you can actually get out of your base.
Yeah, so you have to get something along those lines.
For like the Night Stalker, he has the Vlads, but or an AC or just something so he hits fast and actually kills creeps would be good. But he is 4,000 in gold away from anything like that. Thing with the Spectre is like 2,000 away from a Battle Fury. Sure, Maelstrom he can pick up pretty soon though.
Yeah, I think I
Like
like the Mjolnir. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's like
But-
the biggest thing in these games. It doesn't matter if you can win 5-on-5, it just matters push out the waves. If you have to secure a rush here, there's 20 seconds on the AM. Doesn't look like the Radiant are doubted at all.
Well, they will have the buyback here as well for Illidan. Pretty
Birds are
important.
gonna see it.
They can TP on the birds if they want to go full YOLO again.
Yeah, AM's up to 5. He has bots ready, as long as the birds stay alive. Both are dead.
Well, you can see they were probably thinking about it, but a little bit of an unnecessary risk here. And so, the Aegis, of course, picked up by your Spectre player. And more buybacks suddenly available here for the Dire side. Basically, everyone except for your Ancient Apparition will be able to pop themselves right back up. But that
Never
Aghanim
getting
Scepter,
buyback, unfortunately.
it's done here for JRX.
Yay. Balance.
Balance. Time for the real balance. You want to
There's
see a
nearly an
balanced
AC for
hero?
Fata.
I'll show you a balanced hero. AC for Fata.
First we had Oracle, then we had Earth Spirit. What's Dota coming to?
Yeah. I don't know, have you seen Terrorblade lately? That hero's pretty insane.
I've seen him in 1 or 2 pubs, but I've never really seen him destroy games.
He's had a couple good outings.
Oh, has he been picked in qualifiers?
I don't remember. I know he was in the open qualifiers for a couple of even some of the top tier teams went with it. It seemed pretty good. But I'm not sure if he is for these. I don't recall any myself doing it. I haven't had time to check the stats because I just cast them all day.
Well, it would be nice if the hero at least sees some playability, because he's been gone for a while after some major nerfs. Pretty much Tinker Syndrome.
Yeah, he got tinkered pretty hard. To be fair, he was like super unfun to play against, just like Tinker was that patch.
I think that's half the reason they got hit so hard.
Yeah, community backlash.
You can't blame people either, right? Like,
No, it's
Terrorblade putting all 3 lanes is the worst thing. Same with Tinker, like, your support goes out on the map to place 1 ward, oh, you're dead. Nothing you can do about it either, because he gets 3 arms and goes away.
It's general. He doesn't have the offering core quite yet, so these are pretty expensive when it comes to scouting. And it will allow them, of course, to push out some of these waves and create a little bit of space in that sense.
I feel like always more information. Just that's what's gonna put them in a position to win the game.
What about screen dying?
Yes, buyback,
Yeah,
right?
buyback,
So
yeah.
maybe it's some huge bait for this AAI class.
Oh, Illidan came in! He's on top of Fata, and he just gets stoned. And then you're like,
Oh, he's going for the rack bottom.
that's a hero. Yeah, but Tama Man, he's just on the racks. We'll watch the fight up here. This is the more interesting part. Fata dropping low. He will go down. Looks like Kuroki might be next on the list. Mind Control gets a nice impale onto 2. And they're both magnetized up. Get a little bum, a little bit of whoop as they get another remnant kick through them. Oh, Mind Control being healed up here. There's the defusal, and looks like everyone else is done. Back to the old Tumba Man. He did end up getting 1 racks, but not both. Back up here, they'll get the Void to finish off the Nyx. Looks like he might have gotten about to get the jump there, but they're good.
Have 1 more chance. Megas. 1 more fight to roll them all. Biggest problem is, like, who's gonna actually push out the waves now? Vissel's done on Spectre, so fights are going slightly better for them. Does it really matter?
Yeah.
Might pick off the screen here. Me and Matumba
Yeah, it's gonna be
pick my
close.
Jarek, so I think he's still dead.
Oh,
Reload coming
relocate.
in.
Yeah, just for the attack speed and move speed. That was agree. Oh, find
Big
the gem. Drop his TP scroll and grab that up.
He used his buyback that fight as well, right? So he's dead.
Yeah. 70 seconds.
70.
I feel like
Biggest
the
terror.
Creeper close enough that he can just blink in and do this right now, like just YOLO it, but you know, he doesn't want to risk it up against the Scythe. Understandable. Even with the BKB, I guess. Actually, yeah, just keep sending your mantas.
I'd go for that next man, but I think he has buyback.
Okay, yeah. If you just like, yeah, if you
Yeah,
BKB
YOLO.
blink on that, it's dead, right? They
Yeah,
don't
the
have
real
blitz.
YOLO would be consuming the Moonshard, buying a Divine, and then blinking in.
That would be alright. He's doing it. He's doing it. BKB. He's going. This is the play. We talked about it. It's happening. Matama Man, untouchable. The Abyssal Blade. The birds come in to finish off the job, though, and that's the mega creeps. That's what y'all wanted to see. Impale looking for it. Nice little beginning stun there. Gonna set it all up. A little bit of a T-ball action there. Help bring down Yoku. Illidan just gets eaten alive. That's his Aegis. Fata ready here. check out some soul assumption, check out some damage, some right clicks, do whatever the hell he wants, honestly. Illidan floating through, he's just like, you know what I want to do? Kill Kuroki one more time this game. That'll make me feel better about myself. So down he goes, the top man in the back line, actually getting some for himself, while they now finish off Illidan. And, oh, just a little bit of pump fake action. Celebratory Thunder God's Wrath. This one might be over. Do you think it's over?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they knew coming into this game that nothing was going to come of it, so I hope they're having at least somewhat of a good time at this rate.
I don't know if you can have a good time when you're just getting pushed in from team age. This game is just so frustrating to play.
Oh, man, look at this cleave. Battle Fury actually better for things other than just farming. And Blink Forward actually cannot get this damn Vanguard, I tell you. Oh!
Leave it to the birds.
Get him,
Oh,
get
the
him.
creep!
He just like vanished.
Creep got
The
him.
creep stole it. Wow,
Yeah.
MVP.
Even Mike
King
can't
Mega
realize
Creep.
this. This creep is the
Stone,
MVP.
pinging him. Stone can't go again. There's the throne.
Pretty
Alright, well,
convincing showing from Liquid despite all of the shenanigans though. As soon as they wanted to end the game, they pretty much did.
that'll be the end of this one. Liquid, they have moved on to the playoffs, so we will be hopping on next to the continuum of the EU coverage. Next up, it's going to be FF, aka now Rocks Tornado, aka Old